Hiya, I'm Ghosty, and welcome to the Underworld, aka my channel and my domain here on this platform. As you can see, I have a tier list up and I will be ranking different types of content on YouTube, aka the platform that you're currently using and watching this on. And since you are here, you might as well subscribe. But I do want to make one thing clear. You might be saying, Ghost, hold on, you have no room to talk. Yeah, you're right, but I'm going to do it anyways, because fuck it. And I do want to make one thing clear. Before I was a creator, I am just like any of you watching this video. I am always a watcher. And now that I've experienced both sides of the coin, I've been through heaven and hell, I have experienced creating and consuming. I consume. I am gluttony incarnate. I watch shit while I eat, while I sleep, and many other things that I won't mention. So, I'm here ranking different types of content as both a consumer and creator. And, you know, being so brutally honest. Because, I have a lot of thoughts. So, I'm here I'm here making content about content. And you're here too, for some reason. Welcome. Fucking get a snack, because we might be here a while. And before we start, leave a like, leave a comment of what you think is going to be ranking, or what you would rank it, whatever that shit is. And subscribe. Stay a while here on the channel. And use GhostyYT in the creator code item shop thing on Fortnite. Yeah, thanks. As you can see, I have all these categories down here of different types of content. And obviously not every one of them, because shit comes out the woodworks every other day with some kind of new thing. But I think I got the major ones, what primarily takes up YouTube the most. There are millions and millions, probably billions of videos on this platform. So obviously I can't get to every one of them, but I could try. At least, every one of these things has a plethora. Literally, it's an umbrella of things underneath it that branch out to different things. But, these are like categories. But, enough fucking yapping. Let me yap about the actual rankings. So, welcome, and here we go. First up is tutorials, which is, well, the go-to for everything. I don't know how many things I've watched tutorial-wise, but they have helped me in the hardest times. Tutorials have helped me since the dawn of time. I could have been getting aborted, and if I had found a YouTube video about a tutorial about how to not do that, it would have helped me in the best way possible. Now thinking about it, that might have been what happened, and that's why you're watching the video. But tutorials, I think, are an easy S tier if it weren't for the shitty ones. There are a lot of tutorials where people will either go into too much detail. I mean, sometimes that could help, but a lot of other time, they do the complete opposite and show you or tell you how to do these things without showing or telling you at all. And I don't know how to make that make sense, but it just does. Hopefully. If you get me, then you get me. If not, then you're lost. You're in the wrong place. But YouTube tutorials are really the embodiment, the purest form of what it means to be old reliable. So it has to be high up somewhere. If not S, then I think A is good. A+ if there was that. But next up is educational. I have no idea who this goober is, but he came up when I looked it up, so he's the picture. This is mostly for kids. It's not that bullshit where it's like Spider-Man gets Elsa pregnant, or, Spider-Man meets Elsa and has a concert with Ariana Grande. It's not Fortnite, and it's certainly not anything else like the other content types on this list. But it's in its own special corner of creation, I think. This dude is a big face of it. I don't know him personally. I looked it up and found this guy. So obviously he's doing something right. More than me, I guess. But you could say it's for kids, but I mean, I think it's for all ages. Just children watch it for the most part. So yeah. Would I put it up here? Yeah, but Nah. I think it's got its, you know, good place there. And like I said before, these are all just categories that have so many different fucking videos and subcategories underneath it that it could be so much. Like this could be from like PBS Kids to Bill Nye to Comic Storian to I don't know, Number File. For some reason that's his name. I don't know why, but you know, this dude looks like a fucking number file. No disrespect though, no disrespect. Maybe something's wrong with him. I don't know. But moving on, gaming, which personally I think that picture wraps up that category on this platform perfectly. But it's what I do, it's what I watch mainly, and I would give it S tier, but at the same time there are a lot of, you know, controversies and things that come with it, like Dream, for example. Actually no, every other fucking Minecraft YouTuber in existence. But for the most part I think it's I'm biased. Like I said, there's so much things that come with it, like game reviews, gaming, like actual gameplays, let's plays, just straight up movies where it's every cutscene that goes on for fucking 5-8 hours of one game. It's wild. It's probably, I would say, the biggest on here, but realistically it's probably one of these and not gaming. But I don't know, I'm biased again. I can't I'm not gonna admit that. No, I'm not gonna admit to not wait, I'm going to admit to that. What the fuck? But gaming also brings us very special moments. Could be wholesome, could be something else, and just all around, for the most part, a good time. And in advance, if I talk shit on anyone you watch, I apologize, but credits to a lot of the creators too. Like, before I am a creator, I am a creator lover, and I really do appreciate the people who make stuff, and that's why, you know, I make my own stuff as well, to do the same thing. And some people will bring back games, like bring games to life, simply by just playing them and being the person and creator that they are, which is, it's awesome. I'm not only biased because I do this, but also because of just growing up on it. I've done that since I can remember, probably since I watched the abortion tutorial, and yeah. The more I think about it, the more like fascinating and just deeper it gets, because you could say there's a video game, it's a video about gaming, but it's a tutorial, or a gaming video, but it's educational, and every other thing under the sun. Literally, and that goes for anything. Like, I'm sure there's a parody about a game, but it's a tutorial about how to make the parody of the game, or an educational video about how to unbox a certain thing in beauty. It's fucking wild. And I'm not sure how far or deep it goes, but it's a whole fucking labyrinth of ideas and fucking concepts and like how it is. If that makes sense. Nothing I say makes sense. I apologize. But I'm sure there's a behind the scenes video of a prank that took place during a mukbang that is also a tutorial of how to make a product review, or something along the lines. How deep does it go? And what do you even call that at that point? God damn, I really am not putting enough thought into this. Because not only does gaming, but every one of these categories has like a subcategory for kids as well across the platform. Which, and in my opinion, fuck them kids. But realistically, that's how it is. There's stuff for kids for gaming, tutorials, and obviously this, again, whoever this guy, whoever that guy is. But alright, moving on, vlogs. Waving around a camera in everyone's face and just, you know, filming your every move and your everyday life is kind of interesting if you're like fucking James Bond. And even though I am ranking like each of the content types, it still also all depends on the creator. I'm just doing it like vaguely because there's so much from everywhere across YouTube and every other platform. Like I said, it'll come out the woodworks in Twitter, in Instagram, wherever. All this stuff, everywhere. But, you know, keeping it to YouTube, like, it could be fun. For example, like Danny Duncan, I don't watch him, but like the videos he makes shit fun. Like you could just tell like he has fun with it, and everything is just batshit crazy, like 80% if not 100% of the time. And then there's things like this, Logan Paul filming a body in a suicide forest. So you know, it really depends. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing about that, but it's such a tool. He is US champ though right now in the WWE, which is interesting to say the least. Not a bad run though, not a bad run. I actually am going to move that up a tier, just because it has potential to be, you know, very entertaining, enjoyable, whatever. As long as it's not bullshit and the same boring thing every single video, or like, you know, someone flexing their cars or their money every video, and then having children and these young people watch it and being influenced by this like fucking irrational behavior and this like grown but also childish mentality, like this picture. Exactly. Again, bringing this up just because, you know, it plays a part in everything, and it tells a lot about the like content, like this category of vlogging. Like I said though, it has potential to be a lot of fun depending on who's creating it and who's, you know, behind the camera and behind the scenes and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's fine in like the middle. Pranks. This picture is wild. But alright, first thing that comes to mind is someone that I watch myself, and that is Frost Creations. He makes videos I think they're entertaining. Honestly, you could probably put them as vlogs too, because realistically the prank will be like 2 minutes out of a 10-minute video, and the rest of it is just random shit. But for what it is, it's enjoyable, it's fun. Yeah, I would love to have the fucking confidence that people do doing these. I do not. Over the internet, maybe. In person, I would not be able to do this shit. Especially the really cringy shit. Hold on. The cringy shit of like that like TikTok brings now. Oh my fucking goodness. It is awful. You will see some of the most vile, just weird shit on TikTok, and just random like again, teens or like young people just doing this dumb bullshit in the sake of clout, or in the sake of pranks, and calling it a prank for the sake of clout and attention, you know, likes, and you know, any social interaction whatsoever will, you know, be enough, and it'll justify their actions or whatever it may be. I remember there was a prank, I don't remember who it was, but I know it was a pretty big thing in YouTube and just on the internet, because they had like this like kidnapping prank. It was fucking awful. It was so bad, and it was probably fucking terrifying for the guy, for the victim, because it pretty much what they are is a victim. But speaking of victims, there are so many people who get just so uncomfortable, or like just so fucking weirded out or assaulted over bullshit that people do, just because, again, for the sake of clicks and likes and all. And I'm sure people don't even do it for fun at that point. Some people just do it for money, you know, to get the views and all for their videos. Yeah, I remember one video, I think it was Roman Atwood. I might have the completely wrong guy, I don't know. But he's fucking like flipping his kid over a balcony for the mother to watch. She's fucking shits herself on the spot. I don't know. And then people will have like videos of like, oh, a prank about like, oh, putting grandma down in the backyard, like Old Yeller. Like it ranges from the most like little thing, like Ross Creations, where it's still funny, but like putting like hot dogs in people's pockets, to shit like that. It is a very wide range of content in this, like, and that you can call it pranks in this content type or category. There's so much shit that goes into it. Something in me is just like awakening, and it really is just saying like, fuck all these people, fuck them, why not fucking prank them, right? Prank them, John, or whatever that shit is. But at the same time, you do have to have some kind of awareness when it comes to these things and making this kind of content. Watching it obviously is fine, unless it really is that bad, and you can tell by like millions of millions of comments on the content about people saying it's rude or whatnot, and you know, people will point shit out, which is good. You know, that's what YouTube needs. It needs critiquing, and it needs actual feedback for creators. And yeah, but some shit is really just fucking vile. It's just straight up fucking odd and off-putting. Because of that, it makes me want to put it lower, but Because I'm trying to think about, you know, making it while also like watching it. God, even watching it sometimes is so makes it so fucking uncomfortable. Hi, this is Ghosty interrupting. I'm in the editing stages, and between when I recorded this and now, I've seen a like quote unquote prank about pouring literal shit on people. So this deserves to be in the most bottom tier. Just so you know. Thanks. The golden age of YouTube, of when pranks were a thing, I think it was by Telly. I'm pretty sure he got like fucking arrested or something. I don't know what it was for, but I'm pretty sure he got arrested. But before that, it wasn't. I mean, he could have got arrested for it, but I don't think so. Threatening people with bombs and fucking as a hitman and shit. Like he put on his Russian accent and a little cringy, yeah. But honestly, cringe and content is worth it 100%, no matter what it is. It could be for any of these fucking things here and anything off this list as well. It's honestly, if you're brave enough to put cringe or something that you think belongs in a video, do not be afraid to be cringy. Don't be afraid to add something, or, you know, don't be embarrassed. If it's your creation, if you want to make something and add it in, even if it is embarrassing or cringy, you know, fucking do it. It's your creation, you know, don't hold yourself back from what could be. Prank-wise, though, I'm still thinking about this. Holy shit. You can ask anyone I know, especially the people that are in my videos. I am an asshole, and I will say, for the first time ever, you have to be aware of other people and, you know, how you come off to other people. And prank-wise, just doing shit in public and things, you know, affecting others is important, somewhat, I think. So because of that, I think I'm gonna pussy out a little bit and put it down here, simply because of that fact. For the most part, I think it is enjoyable, but a lot of them is also like recycled a lot. Like, oh my god, oh, let me pull the old classic pregnancy test, or oh my god, the breakup, or I cheated on you. There are so many of them. That's also a thing as well. For every content, every category here, there is endless recycling and just remakes and mimics of every single thing here. Maybe not exactly how it is. Like, there's no like parody of, there's no second parody of Fallen Kingdom. That is the perfect one. And I doubt anyone's gonna ever fucking film a dead body again. But that kind of concept, like, I'm sure someone's like parodied that. Like I said earlier, there's a parody of that, probably in a game. Probably it's also educational to not do it, and so on. It's fucking bizarre. But I think pranks is one of the things, if not the most recycled thing in here. Like gaming, I know everyone, you know, sits down and plays the game, but people do it differently. People roleplay, people edit over it, people make stories out of it and plots and shit. Every creator is different, but I think vlogging especially is kind of the same thing. But pranks a lot are just recycled. It's a lot of the same like kind of people, or not even. It could be the most diverse group of people and creators, but yet somewhere in there, there'll be a million uploads, a million different playlists and videos of you know, about the same exact thing, or the same prank, same kind of thing. Like I said, people do get creative with it, and, you know, to each their own. Gotta give credit where it's due, especially when it comes to creation. I spend every waking minute when I'm not busy creating or editing or something, since I started, and I love it. I really do. And yeah, I've been inspired by people, and I've been influenced and wanted to make the same thing, but I've always tried to stay original when I can be, or, you know, as much as I can be, because like I always can be, even though it is hard seeing something that you want to do or some shit like that. But plus prank wise, it's just very simple ideas that make, you know, the board, and people, like, you know, get a fucking light bulb above their head and boom, oh, I got an idea. And it's the same fucking thing that was uploaded yesterday by another creator, probably 2 doors down from that creator, in the same fucking town, in the same fucking neighborhood. So it is the same thing to an extent, but again, it's very wide, very, you know, big range of things. But that, yeah, I think that does kind of hurt it. And again, just watching it is a pain sometimes, because a lot of the people that do these things aren't really original or aware, is what I should say. Well, no, they're definitely aware, but, you know, they'd rather have themselves come first or money or something, which I understand. Don't get me wrong, I understand it. But there is a line that I think you should kind of, be aware of, and what to cross and what not to cross. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine there. Whatever. Unboxing. I had Mr. Gold here because that was a big thing that I see all the time. Well, growing up I did. And I still don't have him. I want him so fucking bad, and yet nothing. The minute I get him, he's going right here in front of me on my setup that I now have. I can share if you want to see it. But unboxing, also the same thing, same exact thing. That is a lot more like organized, I think, and that is a very specific type of content. But it's always something else, something different. Even though I'm sure there's a million videos of unboxing this Lego figure, Mr. Gold and himself in the flesh, or in the plastic, whatever the hell you want to call that. I think it's entertaining, and it definitely pertains to a certain audience. Considering if it's comic books, or if it's a figurine, or if it falls under the beauty section or the haul section, and it's clothing or makeup or something, one thing or another. I think it's alright. Obviously it's not the most interesting, but I think it's exactly what you want to see. If you're looking at a certain thing and looking up a certain thing, you're gonna get exactly that, and you're gonna see if you want it, what you want to see about it, and all the other shit. Or maybe you don't want it and you just want to see what it looks like, yada yada, all that good stuff that I don't need to repeat myself for. I wouldn't say it's as wide engagement wise as vlogs or everything else on the list, but it's definitely I think it's much more on a smaller scale sort of situation. But then again, it's very specific and it gets straight to the fucking point, and again, it's content. And honestly, again, it is a very specific type of content that I think does deserve a higher tier. But when you go to watch a video about it and it's fucking 20-30 minutes long, and you can't find the goddamn unboxing of the thing that you want to watch it for, it's kind of annoying. So, again, credit where it's due, even if it's negative. That is, the creator's fault. But, yeah. Interviews. Okay. So, how would I think of interviews? The picture I used is iconic, obviously. It's fucking Shaq on Hot Ones, which is by far my favorite, and probably, in my opinion, the best interview type of content on this platform. That alone would get an S or A tier. But a lot of the interviews, when it comes to content wise, are with celebrities or big people, or big names at least. Even though it is kind of the same thing, and obviously I'm sure Shaq himself has a million different interviews, a million different things going on in his life, and a million different videos across YouTube and every other platform at the wazoo. But on YouTube, it depends on how it is. Because I know Hot Ones has its very special thing going on, very specific, same thing every time, but it's always fun, it's always new and refreshing. Either because it's a new person, or Sean Evans just really knows his shit. It's one or the other. I feel interviews is kind of the same thing as unboxing. It's very specific towards a certain audience, and depending on the person, because interviews are all about the people in the fucking video, obviously. No one gives a shit about the interviewee or interviewer, or no, what the hell, interviewer. Yes, no one gives a shit about them. I'm not fucking clicking on a video on I don't know. I'm not going on to sneaker shop. Oh, sneaker shopping's a good one. I'm not going on to sneaker shopping though to see the guy ask questions. Obviously, I'm going to see CM Punk or fucking, I don't know, or Joe Gatto fucking get the sneakers and answer some questions and talk about himself and all. Someone I appreciate and enjoy. But interviews, interviews, Jesus. I'm gonna put it up here, and you might be saying, Ghost, you just put pranks down there because the creators that make it, and fucking the interviewers are always asking these rude questions, and they're always fucking assholes to the people they're interviewing and make them uncomfortable. Have you ever seen Jonah Hill fat, not fat anymore, get fat shamed? no matter what happens with celebrities, there's always going to be controversy and negativity that comes with it. No matter where you're at, I guess, like, besides if you're Shaq. I mean, you know, even with him, I'm sure it's something, because fucking The Rock has loads of that shit. I love him, but yeah, people hate The Rock for whatever reason. Well, I get why, but still. But I think interviews, even though, like, looking past that negativity and all, it's still a very specific thing. And I think it's always good content, besides that, obviously. But for the most part, I think the good outweighs the bad. Especially compared to things like these, vlogs and pranks and all. And besides just asking questions, there are a lot of others, like Jacksepticeye did an interview with the cast of Mario Kart where he played the game with them. Which I guess could also go with another category, like gaming. But like interviews, they cook and they have that certain seasoning on there that I think is worthy of putting on a higher tier. If not A, then B, but fucking, you know, I want to move on, so yeah. Explainer. Alright, explainer, very simple picture, so you could all understand what it is. But, my next video could be explaining the diagrams and anatomy of my body and how my balls work. That is an explainer video. Again, it could be under educational, but it's not. Very specific thing. It's like tutorials. If you're looking something up, it's very specific. You know, it could be for everyone, to anyone that wants to watch it. So, yeah, I don't know where to fucking put this thing. Really, all of these things depend on the creators, really. And it is very vague and kind of complicated, ranking just the categories and the types. I'm gonna put it in A, just because it's a very simple concept, unless, you know, the thing in the video isn't simple at all, like if it were my balls. Unless you're a ball expert, I'm sorry. Parody. Oh boy, do I love me some parodies. All of them. Give me all of them. Inject them into my veins. A lot of these things could also be parodies, and I could, like this screenshot from you know what, could be a parody of the original game. But parody, I think, is S tier, simply because there is no harm in it, unless people, you know, take harm. There's a lot of fucking snowflakes, and I'm sure people will complain on this video as well. Oh, you talk shit on my favorite content creator. Oh, you fucking suck, Ghosty. This is why your channel's dead. This is why you don't have your blah blah blah. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. Parodies will forever be an S tier type of content, simply because it's all for laughs, it's all for entertainment, and all it is just jokes. That's all it is. Even the most complex and darkest things when it comes to parodies are still parodies, and, you know, they're mocking or making fun of something else for the sake of entertainment. I see no issue with it at all, honestly. Maybe some things could be, you know, a little like disturbing or, you know, a little uninviting, but I think it deserves to be up there. And if not S tier, then A tier. But I'm gonna leave it there because I said so. Product reviews. Ignore the picture, first of all. Second of all, again, a simple thing. And this time, I think it's recycled, but not because it's recycled off of unoriginality, but more along the lines of people just doing the same thing. Like tutorials or something. Like, people will obviously see things and get inspired, or just straight up, like I said, copy and paste shit. For product reviews, people will always have opinions. I mean, like this video, you all probably have different opinions than mine. Unless you agree, by some fucking grace, some fucking miracle from the heavens themselves, you actually agree with everything I say, which I doubt. I fucking doubt it, but it is possible. And product reviews, I could put it in that, because reviews, you're going to see something, you know, you may want it, you may, you know, want to look at it, or just see what it is. I will say, if you go do that and the creator you're watching, like, you want to hear something about it, you know, you want to justify making some dumb purchase that you know you're gonna regret, but you hear it's fucking, oh god, this item is fucking awful, it sucks. It's the worst news you could hear, and then you try to find 5 other videos to hopefully find a good opinion about it. So you can, you know, find some kind of fucking, like, credibility and like justice Obviously, opinions get in the way of everything, all across all these things. But reviews, you know, sweet and simple. They get to the point. There's no real reason to lie about that shit unless it's like something way different down here and not actually a product review. Which brings me to the next point, which is a haul. And I know it's a bat suit. Get off my dick. If I had a bat suit, I would definitely do a haul, without a doubt. There are actually cosplay hauls all over YouTube if you want to look at it. For the most part, it is just clothing and content that I don't really touch at all as a consumer nor a creator. As you can see from my videos, I haven't even shown my face. I have no plans to, at least not right now. Could change tomorrow, could change after I make this video, I don't know. Grading this type of content down like cheese and really getting into the, you know, bits and pieces and dicing it up, it really is just showing off clothing or items and shit that you buy. I'm not going to say it's a flex like some people do in the vlogs and shit like that, but that is essentially what it is. I actually seen, thanks to Pete actually, fucking asshole, I actually saw this video of this dude showing a haul of these like razors and shit that he got, but he ended up shaving his ass and balls on camera on YouTube. So I don't know if it's this or this bullshit product review or fucking educational or whatever the bullshit is. It is fully on YouTube and it is full nudity. I don't know how it's allowed or how it's still up to begin with, but it's certainly on there. Trust me. No, I'm not giving you the link. Don't fucking ask. But it's definitely up there. And shit like that, it makes me want to put it in the tier below D. But I don't even have that. For the most part, though, I don't think it's that interesting because it kind of also could go under product reviews. There's a lot of people that do hauls could also, you know, talk their shit, either shit on something that they buy or praise it like it's fucking Jesus. However that goes. All right, next, music. I have X and the Queen to showcase this off. Yes, I am an X fan. If you don't like it, cry. Yeah, I get it. He's dead. So fucking funny. Anyways, music. S tier, right? You could find fucking the songs, the audio only. You can find acapellas, the instrumentals only, lyric videos, music videos. YouTube has so much shit that they even have an entire section of the platform dedicated to music called YouTube Music. And I'm pretty sure you have to pay for it. So you know damn well my broke ass isn't spending a dime on it. But I will say it does exist. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? I don't need to explain that or explain that ranking by any means. But yeah, I said my shit. And I'm pretty sure it fucking runs the platform. Like I said, there's YouTube Music, but it also, I think, is some of, if not the most viewed things on YouTube itself. I think that's fitting. There's nowhere else but S tier for that, to be completely honest, no matter who you listen to. And then we get to reactions. Okay, so this is interesting because in all honesty, I think reactions are low-hanging fruit. Adam and Eve might fucked around with the apple, but their reactors, oh boy, they went to the ones already within the grass. And they might as well fucking chow down and have a drink with the snake while they're at it. Because, oh boy, I've done reactions and not really. I don't have a face cam, so I haven't done the full reactions. I kind of just played videos or whatever I'm reacting to in the video and then talking about it afterwards. Like I said before, I spend every waking second editing stuff and making stuff. It could take up to hours, even days at times, depending on what it is. But reactions, I think it is lazy. At the same time, I think it could be a lot of fun. Obviously, I try not to laugh are a thing. Try not to laugh, try not to cringe, try not to cry. All that shit is the bare minimum when it comes to content. And I think it really depends on the creator. Like, oh my god, all credit to him. Mwah. I love Jacksepticeye. But even he has resorted to that stuff now. Just because he's at a point where he doesn't need to make it. Or he just does whatever he wants. And I'm sure that is easy as a creator to get a quick upload out. and just, you know, react to things that his fans want him to post or send him. I understand that. So it really depends on the creator. Like the Real Rejects, I watch them from time to time. Like they know their shit, and they go into detail about every single thing that they watch, whether it be comics, a movie, a first time watch, anything. And they actually, you know, share actual related thoughts. And then there's clowns and fucking fools like XQC, who stand there, watch something, no reaction. And then there's, you know, people like S Sniper Wolf that is also the bare minimum, and she sits there and looks pretty and makes money off of it. You could call me jealous, you could call me envious. I don't give a fuck what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner, and don't call me a fake creator either. Because again, I've spent a lot of time, I spend a lot of time creating stuff, and compared to everything else, you can't lie, it is the bare minimum when it comes to content creation. As a watcher, I understand, and again, it really depends on the creator. But regardless of who creates it, it is still like low effort content. But people do make it a lot better, and people watch it for the creators and whatnot. They don't watch it to see the shit. Like if I wanted to see the Batman trailer from last year, I wouldn't go to a react video. I would watch the trailer and then go to a react video to watch the reactor react to it. I might as well make a fucking series about reacting to reactors reacting to other reactors, just because it's a quick 10-minute recording. You know, it's a video to post every single day, no matter how much I do it. Because again, there will always be another video that I can react to the next hour or next day. But it really does react. Holy shit. It really does depend on the creator themselves. Skits. This brings us to skits, and this obviously goes over a wide range of different videos. I use Smosh's Death Note one just because it's something that I love wholeheartedly. More Death Note, not really Smosh much. Plus, that's fucking like ancient now. But regardless, skits, I think it's an easy A tier, right? Because a lot of them are ass, and a lot of them are recycled. But like I said, it's more of a copy paste thing, and it actually is recycled rather than accidentally recycled like this. People will actually just full on copy other people's things, or it could be inspired and whatnot. But you could look anywhere, look it up literally anywhere, and you'll probably, within 5 seconds of looking at skits over YouTube, you'll find the same exact thing by an entirely different creator. But again, I think it falls under the thing as parody, just not as well done. Depends on what it is, really. But again, it's really just for the sake of entertainment and just for fun. You know, fuck it, why not? You only live once. Also brings me to another point of, if it's cringy or embarrassing, don't be afraid to do it. Put it in regardless of if it's cringy, embarrassing, don't be afraid. Put whatever you want into your creation and put your whole fucking heart into it. Hi, sisters. Yet another content type that I don't really watch myself. I've seen others get invested in it, and it's pretty much the same shit. I will say, when it comes to makeup and stuff, I've seen things on the brain rotting app that is TikTok, of things and like prosthetics and stuff that people do really fucking cool. I admit it is like horror and not really beauty side of like content, but it is pretty damn cool. And again, I'll give credit where it's due. I really respect the dedication and the amount of time that stuff takes. I can't say the same about reactions. Sorry, but it again is what it is, and that's how it is. See, I do want to give this one an actual like ranking on what I think, but I really am so out of touch with this category that I have no idea where to put it. I will say, same thing with skits that I wanted to mention. Creativity and, you know, originality really shines when it comes to this stuff. I mean, you could say the same about really anything on this list, but skits the most. I wanted to point that out the most. And as well as beauty, now that I think about it, people can get real creative with it. From what I've seen. Actually, you know what? No, I'll put it big here because it's a middle ground. I'm not gonna say too good or too bad. But again, like makeup brushes and, you know, whatever the fuck them squishy things are. I think that also falls in line with product reviews. Sorry, I can never talk. Watch any of my videos and you're already aware of that. But I think it falls under like that, or like tutorials and whatnot. So it's a category that falls into a bunch of other fucking subcategories under this big umbrella of content, you know, all that bullshit. Cooking, though, is next, which I put binging with Babish and his bacon pancakes. Voila. And I'm going to immediately throw that in A tier. Because that is a special side of YouTube that I think everyone and anyone can watch and can enjoy. And there's no real downside to it unless you want it, but you're watching it because you're hungry or something like that, or just you want to see what they make, but you can't have it. So that's why it's not S tier. Because I'm a fat ass, and like I said earlier, I'm gluttony incarnate. And that brings us to challenges. And I know what you're thinking. Why is the picture a damn soul trap? But it sure is a challenge, is it not? It might not be in any YouTube videos. Besides, you know, there's tutorials about how to get out of it, or a gaming version of it, or a parody, or a song about it, or something, or a skit, you know, anything under the fucking sun. But when it comes to challenges, I think it's the same thing as, like I've said about other things. Creativity can really shine through, depending on what it is. Like Mr. Beast, he makes fucking bank off of his videos, and then he gives away bank the same amount. I don't know how or why, but challenges also comes in like a once in a blue moon. If it's not Mr. Beast, then it's like a trend. I don't know how fucking bad I'm about to hit you with some nostalgia, but like Ice Bucket Challenge, it really comes in like that. It comes in waves of like a trend or some kind of thing, you know, to get around. And so a lot of people don't do it for fucking, you know, for donations. They don't do it for charity. They don't do it for, you know, the good spirit or the good in their heart. They do it just for some likes and clicks and the purpose of people doing everything else on this list. Content-wise, I think it is okay. I think it's decent. Do I want to put it in middle ground? I don't think it's common enough to put it in middle ground. I think it could also fall under pranks, a lot of the challenges too. Like staying in a store overnight, truth or dare, fucking that kind of corny shit. Next is behind the scenes, which is obviously not as a wide category as everything else on this list, or like gaming or tutorials, vlogs, pranks, yada yada. But it is, I think, targets a specific audience, again, like some other things, and anyone and everyone can watch it. I'm actually going to pull the trigger and say that behind the scenes content is underrated, because that actually does show the time and effort and everything, you know, behind the fucking scenes of all of these things, whether it be a movie, a parody, interviews, soul traps, anything. I'm actually going to bring it all the way up here in a surprising turn of events in the plot twist of this video. Sorry if it struck you by surprise, but it is what it is. It's short and simple, yet I think it does no harm absolutely at all. And it's always interesting. It's always really cool to see. Unless it's like this, where Tom Holland is kissing a green screen person, a green person. Even though that is still funny. Oh, and bloopers. And after that, we have the final content type to rank, and that is mukbang. Well, obviously, I could have put it with cooking and made it just one large section of food, but this is wildly, bizarrely different than cooking and any other sort of food content on YouTube, and really any platform. It goes from that to ASMR to just straight up fucking nasty fucking actual definition of gluttony, or just, you know, actually ranking or like rating food and telling his honest opinions about it, whatever, showing love to small businesses and whatnot, which is nice. And just, you know, appreciating the food culture and that whole like genre. Not genre, it's fucking food. I don't know how to put it. But mukbanging, I'm not sure how many people watch others eat in their car, but like Nikado avocado, for example, or the ASMR where people suck down tentacles and crabs and whatnot. Not for me. No, sorry, not for me. I honestly could put it down here, but then again, I feel like there is a certain level. Honestly, it might be more like full of effort than reaction. Because you have to cook or get all this fucking food and spend all this money on food. But then again, it also is kind of disgusting, and you're eating in front of the camera while your fucking mouth's all full of food and shit. Man, I don't want to see that shit. And then the recording went.
So here I am with a freeze frame and a finished tier list. So, first of all, if I talk shit on any of your creators or any content that you watch, I'm sorry, but then again, I'm not really sorry. But hope you enjoyed the video. I will admit that a lot of these are interchangeable and some could be moved up or down a tier, to be honest. But this was what I got, and that's the result. And if you went into this like I did and went balls deep with it, thank you, and thank you for watching, especially if you're still here and you went this far into it. I really do appreciate it, and that's about it. So leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, stay a while, join the underworld and see my content that I make, and you can critique that. Let me know your rankings as well. And as always, this is Ghosty signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Or maybe not. Who knows? Till death do us part, my friends.